Greetings, everyone. This is Rock and Roll Stock Match with with the final installment of our event recap for Avengers: X-Men Eternals: Judgment Day. So, no, I probably should have organized these a bit better. That's the main thing there. So, with X-Force, Craven had invaded Krakoa looking for Wolverine. Kind of slaughtered his way through the island a bit. Snuck on. He managed to get on Krakoa by carrying Deadpool's head through with him. Once he was on the island, he just kind of left it there left it on the ground because he didn't need it. So we're covering issues 32 and 33 of X Force. He made it to the island, search to find Wolverine and fight him. As as creator himself as a clone, he was questioning kind of what it means to how to prove oneself. But he kidnapped Beast and hid him and put him in the Shadow Room after setting the Shadow Room for the Savage Land. And since with everything going on the island, the Shadow Room's safety protocols were on the fritz. But Wolverine showed up, saved Beast, and didn't kill Kraven but defeated him pretty soundly, though Kraven did manage to escape. But Wolverine managed to defeat him with an assist from Deadpool, as Deadpool had managed to get Black Tom to basically make a body for him out of tree bark and whatnot to house his regrowing body. Fought Omega Red, but anyway, when all was said and done, X-Force escaped and unseen by them, so did Kraven. Then in the X-Men and Eternals one-shots, the Valiant team, consisting of Iron Man as well as a handful of X-Men and Eternals, made their way through the Celestial in an effort to, turn it off, to stop it, cause it to self-destruct, basically. They managed to do so. Jean was judged, with Wolverine coming to her defense. Jean's judgment largely focused upon, around her having been Dark Phoenix. In the Eternals one, they continue on. We kind of got the initial judgment of Ajak, very much yes, I'm going to judge you, but I'll withhold judgment until later. And Ajak attempted to kind of turn the tables on the progenitor, though the last issue of Judgment Day, the next to last issue, will explain that one. In Iron Fist, Loki basically wrapped up the story from the Iron Fist miniseries, somewhat. Loki is apparently working with Lee Lang's brother, but Lee Lang was judged and found worthy. He also reconnected with his allies from Tiger Division, or at least with some of them, to kind of say, "Hey, I'm not dead." In Captain Marvel number 42, we wrap up the story that had been going on. Carol has returned. She's dealing with the zombie problem that Binary, Spider-Woman, and so forth were dealing with. Her sister L'Ariel came to help as well. They were both judged with. And Streaky saved the day. It was also judged, or not Streaky. Wrong universe. Chewie. Carol was judged by Marvell. L'Oreal was judged by her and Carol's mother, and Chewie was judged by Carol. All passed. It kind of helped that Chewie also, managed to save the day just by being a cat. Furkin, yeah. In AXE Star Fox, Star Fox basically, begins his reign as Prime Eternal and and starts forging allegiances to turn the tide against the progenitor. In X-Men Red, number 7, the Great Ring had it out with Iska returning. She was banished from the council or from the ring, and Storm stepped down as being the basically the leader of the ring, with and took Magneto's seat as Magneto has died. In Immortal X-Men, the focus was on Nightcrawler as he did what he could to organize an assault on the progenitor. During this assault, Captain America was killed, but there was a plan. After Nightcrawler's resurrection, he convinced the Five, despite Exodus's complaints or arguments against it, to resurrect Captain America. In Legion of X, number 6, Nightcrawler's Legionnaires deal with the Hour of Uranos. And we get we kind of see more of the fight between Uranos and Legion. And the fact that Legion is able to basically see all the various ways it could play out. Even the ways they could have fought each other, which included a dance-off. In Wolverine number 25, Wolverine and Solem make their way towards the progenitor with the Beast's daughter on their tail. But when the Beast's daughter they find the Beast's daughter eventually freezing in the snow, and Wolverine opts to save her because, well, maybe a bastard, but he's not an absolute bastard. And Solem elects to return to Hell with the Beast's daughter. In Death of the Mutants, number 3, I actually do not remember what all happened here, so I believe we got more of the agreements between more of the things with the Eternals and Star Fox, basically making a deal with Zagra to become his uncle, so that once all is said and done, Zagra will become Prime Eternal again. But Eros reveals some of the deals he's made, namely that they're trying to save as many humans as they can, but while all that's going on, the progenitor and the machine that is Earth are conversing, as the machine that is Earth is resisting the progenitor. But Phastos goes into the heart of the machine that is Earth and basically gives it a hard reboot, taking away its its personality, basically. Which brings us to Judgment Day number 6. Cersei reveals the truth of how the Eternals are eternal to the world, and is destroyed in the process. Ajax and the Progenitor argue about worthiness, and in the end, Ajax becomes a new Celestial herself, with Makari opting, becoming the first priest of Ajax the Celestial. But before the Celestial deactivates itself, it puts things back to how they were. Everyone that was killed is brought back. And the X-Men announced that they are going to share through a foundation known as the Phoenix Foundation. They are going to share the gift of resurrection with the world, but it's going to mostly be like for those that truly those that truly deserve. You're gonna have like young kids, or similarly young people dying of incurable diseases are going to will be resurrected. It's not going to go to the rich and powerful necessarily. And the Eternals are now just as hated as mutants. And then finally, in Judgment Day Omega, our epilogue, everyone's picking up the pieces. And it turns out that in the instant before the machine that is Earth was rebooted, it left a message for Krakoa, explaining that the machine that is Earth was modeled after Krakoa, and kind of sees Krakoa as being something of a parent, sibling, basically family. But the machine that is Earth is still without its personality. That didn't reset when the Progenitor reset everything. And that was Judgment Day. One of the big points of Omega also was Icarus trying to make amends for all the death that the Eternals have wrought by, constantly being brought back from the dead. But it was... I'm not sure how... There's something that's often said about big event books like Judgment Day, is that nothing will be the same for about a week, because by the end, and in fact by the end of the while you get these massive changes throughout the bulk of the event, by the end it all goes back to the way it was. And there's another trope where you call out the trope. In fact, the finale of She-Hulk, for example, did this. And it's kind of like, it's basically if you do the trope, but also kind of call it out. Is it are you really calling it out that much? But overall, it was a good story, and it's setting things up for because Marvel is hardcore into just event season. Event season isn't never ending, but there's always build up to something going on. Which actually some of that being built up to will be mentioned in this week's comic book round. Anyway, that is going to do it for now. As always, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Links to my Facebook, Twitter, Patreon, and PayPal account in the description box down below. This is Rock and Roll Spock signing off, saying, live long and rock hard.